All right, shalom, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. First off and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Karkadash. Double honors to the other apostles of great Muslim and salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Throwing a disclaimer out there. You can't pour water in the fool's ear, you know. I jumped on the comment board, posed a couple of questions. I knew it was going to go nowhere, but it was just sharpening my sword and defending the gospel. But nonetheless, the whole point came from Hebrews, the 8th chapter. The question was proposed, well, what did Yahushua mean when he said it is fulfilled? And like I told him, it's all things concerning Yahushua in the Psalms and the law, basically leading up to his death. But I said there are some things that's not fulfilled yet. All right? Isaiah 63 being one of them. All right? Now, when it gets to, well, let's read Isaiah 63. I know these demons. Now y'all going to want to bounce everywhere. Now, I only brought the Isaiah 63 out because you posed a question about him fulfilling. All right? And in the Hebrews, we could get this. In Hebrews 8, I asked him about after what days, all right? Which he never really answered. He just asked, well, what about when Yahushua said it was fulfilled? Now, my whole point was getting to 11 and 13. And that's why, I had called back and just gave him my point, because you're not going to let me get my point out. First of all, you muted me. Now I'm not going to pass my pearls to swine, and this is a great example. But this was just me sharpening my sword. So, hey, you ain't going to have no excuse when you get judged by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, I truly love defending the gospel. That's just in my spirit. All right? So, when you get back into this, so when I called back the second time, the first time I hung up because you muted me. There's no point, because you ain't going to let me get my point across. You know? So, anyway. Stop crying, baby. Second time I hung up is because as you see, my child was crying. Whatever, Yeah, I ain't going to have a crying baby on the live. But nonetheless, we detracted from this because the Isaiah 63 was quoted. But Isaiah 63 was just a perfect example of the certain prophecies Yahushua didn't fulfill yet, as far as the Revelations 1 and 7, the Isaiah 47 and, is it 3? I should not meet thee as a man. Okay? But nonetheless, let's go to Isaiah 63, and let's just dig into this. And I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Because ain't no edification going to come out talking to a goddamn fool, I just really wanted him to put his own foot in his mouth on camera, which you did, Nazariah. Now, let's go to the 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments of Basra? Yes, we know Edom is south of Judah. All right, this was a prophecy, something that was going to happen in the future. Just like you have Assyria, you have spiritual Egypt. What makes you think there's not a such thing as spiritual Basra? Esau's prime city is Babylon the Great. It's called America. Another word you call it is Basra. All right? It says traveling in the greatness of his strength. What's the greatness of Yahushai's strength? The Revelations 1 and 7, the Jude 1 and 14, he comes with the thousands of heavens. Matter of fact, let me get that. Enoch prophesied about this. Jude 1 and 14, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints. To do what? To execute judgment upon all, and to convince all the ungodly among them for their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against them. So let's go back to the, Isaiah 63. Okay. Greatness of his strength, those are the chariots. I already quoted certain scriptures, man. Verse 2. Why art thou red in thy apparel, and the garments like trodden down in the wine fat. Now, let's get this. Let's get the slaying of the earth. Let's go into prophecies, right? Jeremiah 25:33. And the slain of the Lord should be at that day from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. And they should not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They should be as dung upon the ground. All right? Because Yahweh is going to send who? His son to come back and get vengeance. Okay? Now, let's get another one. This is Revelations 14. Be quiet. This is Revelations 14:20. And the wine press was trodden without the city. All right? It said, and blood came out of the wine press even to the horse's bridle, about a space of 1,600 furlongs. All right? Now, let's read it again in Isaiah 63. For while thou red and thou apparel, and thy garments are like him that treadeth in the wine fat. It's parabolic. The great death and destruction is going to come by the hand of Yahweh Shai. Okay? Now, look what Yahweh Shai said. I have trodden the wine press alone, and all of the people, there were none with me. None with me. All right? Because Yahweh Shai is going to single-handedly do this. Hold on. Let's read the Revelations 4:10. The wine press was trodden without the city. So with none of the people help. Yahweh Shai is going to do this. All right, back to 63. This is precept upon precept. All right. I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood should be sprinkled upon my garments, and I shall stain my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, in the year of my redeemed. Now the point is, the year of the Lord is redeemed. The Lord redeemed us a couple of times, but not ultimately for salvation. It says the year of my redeemed, which he'll be talking about his elect, right? Now let's get redeemed. Let's get the blue letter. All right? Ga'al, to redeem, act as a kinsman's redeemer, because our own brother, Yahweh Shai, is going to come revenge us, right? He was the ransom to do part of a kinsmanship. All right, kinsman. To act as a kinsman, to do the part of the next kin, act as the kinsman redeemer. Matthew 1:21, he should save his people, right? Now, it says, by marrying brother's widow to beget a child for him. All right, which that part is off. I'm going straight to the point. To redeem from slavery, to redeem land, to exact vengeance. That has not happened yet. Which goes back to the Hebrews, which means we're not in the new covenant. We're covered by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, his blood, all right? But we're getting ready to enter into that, all right? Which goes back to what we originally started with. Hebrews 8, all right? Verse 11 says we ain't going to be teaching our people no more. So if you're in the new covenant, why are you still teaching? It says the sins will be remembered no more. Now, by default and predestination, the elect has already overcome. Our sins is already forgiven because it was predestinated that they was going to be forgiven. But certain prophecies still have to play out. He that endured to the end, the same will be saved. Now, guess what, Nazariah? I can't say all this on the comment board because all you're going to do is yell. So I know your tactics. I know how you do. You just want to dote about questions. No, let's just deal with the new covenant. And that's why I tried to tell you in that video. But now we don't jump to 63. Now Babylon the Great. Now chariots. Do you see how the demons done pulled you everywhere? Away from the original question that was posed. Because, like I said on video, and I'm recorded saying this, deal with the fourth chapter. And then when I call back the second time, no, at this point, I'm not about to let you talk because you already disrespected me by muting me. So now I'm going to say what I got to say. All right? I'm going to say what the hell I got to say. You ain't going to deal with Hebrews 11, 12, and 13 of chapter 8. You ain't going to deal with those verses because it cuts you. You sat on the live hour after I posted these comments. You never even addressed it. You addressed none of the scriptures I posted. But see, you can't pour water into a broken vessel. All right? Like I said, this is defending the gospel. Don't worry. If I see you go off on another topic, I'll just do a video on it. I'm not going to call you live, none of that. You know, that was my first time ever calling you live because I want you to hear these words from my mouth. So now you're accountable. You're responsible. When you see Yahweh Shai and you say, well, Lord, Lord, no. Nigga, you been warned. You've been reproved and yet you didn't want to listen. So that's on you. You think you in the new covenant, new generation? So be it, Korah. With that, I pray this was edifying. All praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Makar Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Abba, Abba.